You're at the airport and you're going to security to get your boarding pass stamped and then to get your bags inspected and board your flight. There's a bunch of noise behind you and you turn around and there's all these cell phones taking pictures in the air and journalists running after this person and you recognize that the person right behind you that's going to board your same flight is a super famous movie actor known by the whole world. You get to security, he stamps your ticket, and you go in to get your bags. The famous guy goes to the same security. The man looks at him, rejects him. He is not allowed to go in. What's the difference? It's a matter that you had a ticket, a boarding pass, and he did not. And that's how you explain to Jesus. That's how you explain to people that Jesus is the only way to get to heaven. People think that you get to heaven by being good, and many religions teach you how to be good, how to do good works, how to please God. But the Bible tells us that no one is truly good except God. Let me explain this to you. Adam and Eve were sinless. But when they disobeyed God and they ate from the forbidden fruit, sin came on their lives and sin came into the whole world. So even the kids that were born to them were born with sin. And every person from the time of Adam and Eve that is born with what is called a sinful nature. And a sinful nature is a sin-producing motor. It's a sin-producing engine. Think of a car engine. You turn it on and it produces power, it produces speed, and it takes you to places. A sin-producing motor produces sin. So every single person that does not have Jesus can do nothing else but to sin, because everybody is born with a sin-producing motor. Let me explain to you a spiritual principle that I don't have time to get into. The spiritual principle is that for the person who has received Christ in their lives, whatever happened to Christ happened to them because they were with Christ. That word "with" is very important. When Christ was crucified on the cross, the person with Christ that has received Christ was crucified with him. When Christ was buried, the Christian is buried with him. When Christ was resurrected, the Christian was resurrected with him. Okay? Romans 6:6 tells us, knowing this, that our old man is crucified with Jesus, crucified with Christ. When Christ was crucified on the cross, you were crucified with him. Okay? Knowing this, that our old man was crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed, that from now on we should not serve sin. The body of sin is the sin-producing engine. Think of Jesus as a monkey wrench that is thrown into an engine that is functioning really good. When he's thrown in, the engine stops functioning. So what Jesus did for you when you received him is that he destroyed the sin-producing engine in you so that you become free from sin. When you think of God, God is sinless. Would you not agree with me? And heaven, where he lives, is a sinless place. So God cannot allow anybody that has a sin-producing engine to go into heaven. So you can be the best person, or as this Hollywood guy, you can be the most famous guy with the most money, But if you don't have Jesus, your sin producing engine has not been destroyed. And you cannot get to heaven because God cannot allow anybody with a sin producing motor into heaven. So you see, Jesus is your boarding pass. He's your ticket to get to heaven. And it's not a matter about being good. Every other religion and every other religious leader can teach you how to be good. But only Jesus is the boarding pass to get to heaven. And as with this rich man, this famous man, you had the boarding pass to get on the airplane to go to heaven, and he did not have the boarding pass to get into the airplane to go to heaven. Simple. God bless you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.